Well, hello there everyone. Just thought I'd give you an idea of what I've been doing this week. This is a Les Paul Standard that was brought in a few weeks ago with some serious issues. First of all, what we're going to do is show you what happened here. See the little white spots there on the side of the headstock? That's the only part of the finish I could not burn back in or melt in to get it to look good. What we had here was a headstock break. And if we look really close, you can see right through, so if we get this light off of it there, right through here we've got a crack. That can clear up through here and over here. The only thing holding this guitar together was a headstock veneer. It was a long straight break, so we were able to re-glue that okay without any problems. A little bit of touch-up work, and I think that came out fairly well. Now we'll move on. The customer had been waiting to do a refret on this guitar. So I kept pushing him off and telling him to keep wearing the frets and we would refret it. But he liked his frets freshly dressed. So at this point, when the guitar was, he was afraid he's going to have to replace it. And I took a look at it for him and told him that I think we could take care of it. So that's where we are. So at the time, we also decided to go ahead and refret it for him. So what we've done, we're using C.P.R stainless steel fret wire, which is what I use anymore. I use C.P.R pretty much solely. I've been doing a lot of stainless steel work lately. Guys seem to want it. They don't realize that it's a good bit more work. And regardless of what anyone else will tell you, it is. But of course, when I do a refret, I true up fingerboards and stuff. I do a lot more work than most people do anyway. I should also tell you at this point, with using the neck jig and so on, there's only 1/1000th of an inch difference in fret height on this guitar from one fret to the last fret. I checked that earlier this morning. Something else we've done, I'm into nylon nuts now. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I've actually sourced the material and I have a lot of blanks on hand that I hand cut from sheet material to have handy. It's a little bit harder to work. You'd think it'd be easier since it's nylon, but its rubbery consistency makes it pretty hard to machine. You can't use power sanders on it. It's like a belt sander or anything to rough shape it. You can very early on in stages, but the heat from sanding this, even by hand, will actually bend these nut blanks. So you gotta be very careful about that to keep them from warping out of shape. But here's the interesting thing. I am a stickler for tuning problems. I like a guitar to stay in tune when you bend strings. I don't like clicking a nut and so on. So I want you to take a close listen here. Notice that one came right back in pitch. Let's do the D string. You can't ask for much better than that. And the fact of the matter is that is without any lubrication in the nut. So if we'd happen to lubricate this thing, I'm sure it'd get better, but I don't think there's really need to. Just to verify what's going on here, we are still perfectly in tune. So, just a quick rundown of what was going on with this thing. This has taken up the biggest part of my week. I was counting up the hours here a while ago on this guitar. I've got about 15 hours in on this job. Unfortunately, that was necessary because of the headstock break, repairs on it. A typical fret job of mine usually takes between 8 to 10 hours minimum anyway. So actually, we're not too far off time-wise on this. So just want to let you see this. No big deal, just a big job for the day. So, I'm going to get off here, let it go. Until next time, I'll take care, and I'll see you later.